Eating wild animals, or bushmeat, is a traditional practice in many parts of Africa and involves hunting or trapping wildlife for food. This practice varies widely depending on the region, culture, and local wildlife, but here are some key points. 1. Mammals, antelope, wild pigs, monkeys, duikers, and bush rats are commonly hunted. 3. Reptiles, crocodiles, snakes, and lizards. 5. Birds, guinea fowl, doves, and various wild birds. 7. Aquatic animals. In regions near rivers and lakes, species like turtles and fish may also be included. 1. Traditional hunting, using tools such as bows, arrows, traps, or snares. 3. Modern hunting tools, firearms and machetes are used in some areas. 5. Community cooperation. In some communities, people organize group hunts during specific seasons. 7. Cleaning. The animal is typically skinned, gutted, and cleaned. 9. Smoking. Meat is often smoked to preserve it, especially in rural areas without refrigeration. 11. Grilling or roasting. Wild animals are frequently cooked over open fires or roasted on spits. 13. Stews and soups. Meat is added to traditional dishes, such as pepper soup, to enhance flavor. 15. Drying and salting. These methods are used to preserve meat for extended periods. 1. Cultural practices. Eating certain animals may have ceremonial or spiritual significance. 3. Protein source. Bushmeat is a critical source of protein, particularly in regions where livestock farming is less viable. 1. Conservation issues. Overhunting has endangered species like gorillas, chimpanzees, and pangolins. 3. Health risks. Bushmeat can be a vector for zoonotic diseases like Ebola or anthrax. 5. Legal restrictions. Some countries have laws against hunting endangered species, but enforcement varies. While bushmeat remains an important part of life in many African communities, there are ongoing efforts to balance this tradition with wildlife conservation, sustainable practices, and public health. How Africans accept and eat different types of animals in Africa. The acceptance and consumption of various animals depend on cultural, religious, economic, and regional factors. Here's an overview of how different animals are viewed and consumed. 1. Some animals are considered sacred or taboo in certain cultures. 1. For example, cows may be revered in some African communities, and eating them could be restricted. 3. Others may view specific animals, e.g., snakes or hyenas, as unclean or associated with spiritual beliefs. 5. In other cases, certain animals, such as antelope or crocodiles, might be prized delicacies tied to traditional ceremonies. 7. Some animals are reserved for special events or rituals. 7. For example, goats and chickens are often slaughtered during weddings, funerals, or religious ceremonies. 9. Savanna and grassland regions. People in these areas often rely on livestock, e.g., cows, sheep, goats, and wild game, e.g., antelope, buffalo. 11. Forest regions. Bushmeat, such as monkeys, porcupines, or duikers, is more commonly consumed in tropical rainforest zones. 13. Desert areas. Animals like camels and goats are more commonly eaten because they thrive in arid climates. 15. Coastal areas. Fish and seafood dominate the diet in coastal regions and around large lakes or rivers. 1. Islamic communities. Muslims in Africa adhere to halal dietary laws, avoiding pork and animals that aren't slaughtered according to Islamic practices. 3. Christian communities. Christians generally have fewer dietary restrictions but may avoid certain animals due to cultural norms or personal preferences. 5. Traditional African religions. Spiritual beliefs often dictate the types of animals eaten or avoided, such as animals thought to carry bad omens. Domesticated animals, chickens, goats, cows, are common in daily meals. Wild animals, bushmeat, are more common in rural areas where access to farmed meat is limited. 7. Cost. In urban areas, imported or commercially raised animals like cattle and poultry may be more expensive, making bushmeat an economical alternative for some. 1. Flavor and texture. Some animals are preferred because of their taste, tenderness, or unique flavor. 1. For example, goat meat is often considered flavorful and is popular in many regions. 3. Preparation techniques. Traditional methods like smoking, grilling, or stewing make even unconventional meats more palatable. 5. Community knowledge passed down about how to prepare certain animals safely and tastily also influences their acceptance. Some African communities are known for eating animals that might seem unusual to others. 1. Insects, locusts, caterpillars, and termites are protein-rich and widely accepted in certain regions. 3. Reptiles and amphibians, crocodiles, turtles, and even frogs are eaten in some areas. 5. Exotic mammals, porcupines, pangolins, and warthogs are sometimes considered delicacies. 1. Urban dwellers often eat more standardized meat, chicken, beef, fish, due to availability and modernized tastes. 3. Conservation campaigns and health awareness discourage the consumption of some species, such as primates or endangered animals. 5. Cuisine fusion. African cuisines have blended traditional meats with global recipes, making unique meats more acceptable in diverse forms. In essence, Africans' acceptance and consumption of different types of animals are deeply rooted in their traditions, environment, and available resources, balanced with changing societal and global influences.